Good morning, everyone. My name's Katie, and I am a fourth year first grade teacher in Florida, and I'm so glad you're here for this week's video. This week is another week in my life vlog, taking you through the last week before spring break. That's right, ladies and gents, I've got 5 teaching days left until spring break, and I am so super excited. I am just now jumping on to check in on this Monday morning because I got here super duper early to put a bulletin board up in my hallway. I wanted to do it before the kids got here this morning and because the sun's gonna be like beating down in the hallway in the afternoon. So morning is honestly the best time to do it, but I'm still like sweating. I can still feel myself sweating, and my hair that was semi-straight this morning is now, look at that. It's now a hot mess. I think it's okay. I'll probably leave it down for a little bit, but I brought a claw clip so I can clip it up later as well if I need to, which I will probably need to soon because it's just hot on my neck right now. And it is 7:15 in the morning and it's already like that warm, humid, and toasty in the outdoor hallways in Florida. So that's a fun time. The bulletin board did turn out cute. It's looking a little empty because my last one had student work surrounding it. So I think I did like a March theme with shamrocks or clovers. I don't really know what the difference is. But I think I'll probably find like an Art for Kids hub video today, maybe like with a 4-leaf clover that we can draw, and I'll have the students cut it out and then I'll put those up there on the board too, just to add a little extra to the surrounding. So I'll have to get on that, and that'll just give us something fun to do at the end of the day today, hopefully. Anyways, but yeah. I wanted to start this morning off by showing you the things that I brought. I have not done a Monday morning classroom haul in a while because I just haven't been bringing things in. I don't think I've done one since it's probably been since December. So here you go. There's only a couple things in here. First, I had some center stuff that David printed for me and I got prepped this weekend. So this is for our center this week. We're doing long and short double O sounds, so the and the oo sound. And I have word cards already laminated and printed in the bucket for them to sort, but I didn't have the headings so they could make the 2 categories on the ground. So I had to make some of those real quick. And then I also printed off a resource because not the week we come back from spring break, but the week after that, we're starting open and closed syllables, and I have no resources on open and closed syllables. So if you have any ideas that you love or blog posts or TPT products or anything, please comment them below because I've really never explicitly taught open and closed syllables before, and so that's gonna be something new for me. But here was one center activity that we had: open sign, closed sign, and then the little monsters that go shopping. So I'll have to cut those out or have my practicum students help me cut those out. So that was one thing that I brought. The other thing that I brought is super exciting because it's from my Amazon wish list. So these items are from Christina Gonzalez. She sent a note that says, "To my favorite YouTube teacher, thank you so much for these awesome goodies. Look at what came in the package." There are 3 new books for my classroom. The first one is Last Day Blues, goes along with First Day Jitters, and I've already read all of these. And I looked through them when I got them too, and this one is super hilarious. I was laughing while I was reading it. It's all about the kids missing their teacher or how they're doing a surprise for their teacher, and they think that the teachers are going to be so sad when the kids leave at the end of the year, but in reality, the teachers are ready to party. So I thought that was really cute. The next one that was in the box, and my students are going to flip, is Love Monster and the Scary Something. We listened to the first Love Monster on YouTube. We read The Last Chocolate at Valentine's Day, and so they're gonna be so excited to have another Love Monster book to get to enjoy. And the last one, and boy, do I need to read this with my class this year, is Lacey Walker, Nonstop Talker. This is a great picture book that you can use for that social skill of practicing listening and not always talking. I have another one that I like to use too. It's Wordy Birdie. So if you have never read Wordy Birdie, that's another great example too. But this one's about Lacey Walker, the owl. She talks and talks and talks, and then she loses her voice. And on the day that she loses her voice, she discovers how important it is to actually listen, and she gets to enjoy things that she doesn't usually because she's talking. And I like it because at the end, she's not oh, I need to sit silent forever. She gets her voice back and she's still excited and she still loves to talk, but she also recognizes that sometimes it's important to listen. So that's Lacey Walker, Nonstop Talker. So huge thank you, Christina, for getting those books for me from my list. My class is going to so enjoy them this year, and I cannot wait to add them to my classroom library. My Amazon wish list is always linked in the description below, so if you're curious to see what kind of things I like to get for my classroom or some things that I'm hoping to get, you can always check that out if you need some classroom inspiration for yourself. As far as Mondays go, this is pretty ordinary. Shout out to my Friday self because I set everything up. So when I came in this morning, it was ready to go. And partially because I knew I was going to do that bulletin board this morning. So I knew I wouldn't want to come in and have to do math journal questions or do a whole lot of setting up. So I really did an excellent job last Friday of getting everything ready to go. So the only thing I need to do is like my typical Monday putting out my students' computers. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then I'll try to show you our centers for this week. And then I'll probably have to check in with you guys at the end of the day. We do have a planning meeting on Monday, but I'll have some time before that begins to check in and let you know how our day went. Here is our word work center for this week. So this is a product from TPT with long and short double O words. I will link that in the description for you guys below. I just made this on Google Slides to print, so they had a recording sheet. And then here are the two headings. So all they do is read the word and decide, does it have the sound or the oo sound from the double O? And then they write it on the correct side. The writing center is the same as last week. It's silly story writing with oi sounds this week. So last week I did an ow sound. So all they do is pick a character like this one, a spoiled boy named Roy. They pick a place, was in a royal palace, and then a problem, and a thief stole his coins. Then they use this template, first, next, then, and last, to write out their silly story based on the three things that they chose. Here is what I do every time I get a new book for my classroom library. So I have had a spreadsheet since my very first year of teaching that keeps all of my class library books. So I have titled it Active Classroom Library Spreadsheet because I have multiple copies, but this is the active one. It has every book in my classroom library organized by title and by author. So I'm going to have to scroll all the way down to the bottom, which is a long ways. Okay, then I'm going to add the title and the author for the new text that I got. So Love, Monster, and the, oops, yep, and this, all right, that way it's always in my classroom library, and then I use the top. Usually I have like a filter over here, so I can add a filter. There we go. And I can organize this alphabetically by author's last name. Then the last thing I do before I add them is I have to add a sticker to the spine to show the last name. I have a whole video showing how I organize my whole library by author last name. I will link it in the cards above if you're interested. But I just take these stickers, I keep extra ones in here, and I put them on the spine. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna talk while I'm working because I'm working on homework right now. Not for the week we come back, but the next week because I'm trying to stay ahead and we're learning about syllables. So I'm working on like punching in what we need in the blanks for homework. And then I was just printing a writing center for next week. Let me show you what it looks like. Look at this fun freebie. This might be helpful for y'all if you haven't already been on spring break. But it's like 5 senses over spring break. I saw, I tasted, I heard, I smelled, I touched. I thought that was really creative, and I thought that would be great for my writing center because they could be more independent with it because it gives them prompts instead of just what did you do over the break. So I'll link that on in the description below because it was a TPT freebie. So I just did that. I'm working on the homework page. We have our meeting soon. It was a day, y'all. It was just crazy. It was a Monday. And all I'm thinking right now in my brain is it's behind us. So thank goodness it's behind us. That's why I'm sitting here still working while I'm talking to you guys because I just haven't felt like I've been able to catch up all day on my stuff. And I had my planning. We had a fire drill during planning, so that was fun. I I just haven't felt like I've been able to catch up or catch my breath or do anything. So yeah, it's going to be a busy week, just like a little Monday update now that we're at the end of Monday. What do we have going on this week? Oh, I have an observation on Wednesday. So formal observation, that will be fun. And then we have a field trip on Friday. So that's why I'm trying so hard to get all this done, because next week's spring break too. So I'm trying to get as much done this week as I can and be as productive as I can, because I'm not touching school stuff over spring break. And then I know that Wednesday, my brain is only going to be thinking about that observation and like rehearsing my lesson. And Friday we have a field trip. So I'm trying to like get my ducks in a row today and tomorrow. Yeah, that's all I got. So I am going to finish up this homework page, and then I'm going to go to our afternoon meeting. And then I probably will check in with you guys tomorrow morning. I'm excited because I'm expecting mail and packages at home tonight. So that's kind of been pumping me up through the day. So I get to check the mail when I go home, and we have Bible study tonight. So it's going to be a good Monday evening. We survived Monday of school. And I believe after today, since we won't have school the Monday we come back, I think I've only got 9 Mondays left, like single digit number of Mondays left. And that is extremely exciting now that I'm thinking about it. 9 more Mondays to survive. I can make it. I will check in with you guys tomorrow on Tuesday. Good morning, it's Tuesday. I've been up at school getting some things ready before I have morning duty today. Here are a few of the things that I did. Besides for turn everything on, I had to restart my board because Google Chrome was being really slow. So anytime I turn it on and it's not responding, I click the restart button and hope for the best. So I'm about to go check and see if that worked. I also pulled out, I haven't done these phonics sound cards in a while with my class. So I had some already pulled out, but we've learned quite a few sounds. So I pulled out the sounds that we've learned lately, like the ow sounds, the oi sounds, and then the double O sounds that we're working on this week as well. And I put them in here because I'm going to use this for my warm up at my small group table. I should probably shuffle them up too because they're like all in a row. So I'm going to shuffle those. And then I just use those as a warm up. Like I show them and they have to say E, or, and then Y. So they just say the sound that they see. The pictures definitely help, but it's good reinforcement, good practice. It's from this set right here that was on my Amazon wish list, flashcards, vowels, and vowel teams. So that's what that looks like right there. And then I went down to the copy room and I got a lot of copies because I tried to get ahead yesterday, and get ahead I did. When we come back, we're working on the aw sound with AU and AW, and then the week after that, we're starting open and closed syllables. So I printed off a lot of papers yesterday that we can do for seat work for syllables. I'm thinking like the first week, we're gonna focus our seat work on just counting syllables because we haven't had a whole lot of explicit practice with that. We've done sounds a lot, but not as much syllables. And then I have syllable sorts. And then at the back, I have more of the open versus closed syllables that we'll do the second week. So I printed all of those off. So my seat work is done for 3 weeks after we come back from spring break. Woohoo! So I'm gonna put it up in my paper stacks, and then I'm gonna get my tabs pulled back up on my smartboard, and then I should be ready to go. Today's gonna be a pretty average day. I do have meetings during my planning today, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else. It's just gonna kind of be pretty normal. Tomorrow's my observation, so I'm gonna work really hard today to get a lot of stuff done and take my math TE home tonight. That way, if I need to sit down and just type it out one more time, I can. But I'm not thinking about the observation today. I'm thinking about getting all of the other things that I usually get done finished. That way, I don't have to think about those tomorrow, and I can just be focused on the observation. So that's the game plan for this lovely Tuesday. Okay, I am home. Forgot to check in this afternoon. The day went okay, went pretty much as planned. I got a lot of things done, had a surprise kind of last minute scheduled pre-conference for my observation tomorrow, so it went well, all things considered, considering it was very last minute. I feel okay about the observation tomorrow. Feel pretty prepared. I'm just going to be very relieved when it's over. I put in a quiz grade for math and a daily grade for reading, so that was good because our grades for the third quarter end on Friday, so I'm trying to just get a couple more grades in there for my kiddos. And then, yeah, that's all I got to say. So I will check in on Wednesday. Sorry I forgot to update before I left school, but I will talk to you guys in the morning. Good morning, it is Wednesday. I am not excited to be here right now. I have an observation today, formal observation, and I am like a nervous wreck. And I usually am not this nervous for observations, so I don't know what's going on. I could not sleep last night. I got in bed at 9:30. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get good sleep. I'd been anxious all day about this observation and just everything from yesterday. So I was like, I'm gonna take a melatonin and I'm gonna get good sleep before this observation. I took it and I swear I laid there for 3 hours and couldn't fall asleep. Maybe I should have taken 2, I don't know. But I didn't go to bed till 12:30, and that is so late for me because I wake up early. That's way later than I usually do. So it was harder than usual to fall asleep. So annoying, so frustrating. But here I am. I woke up. David made me breakfast this morning. I am wearing a new outfit, which I will show you in my mirror in a little bit to hype myself up so I feel really good and feel confident for this observation today. It's not going to be hard. It's just a math lesson. We did parts of that math lesson yesterday, the same warm-up we did yesterday. So I feel really confident about what I am teaching. I don't know. I just feel really anxious. So I'm here this morning. I've already turned on all my things. It's rainy, so that doesn't help because I know we're going to have indoor recess. It's going to be rainy the next 3 days. But during that indoor recess time, I'll get things prepped while they're playing or whatever. So we'll make it work. But that's what we're looking at on this Wednesday. So I'm going to show you my outfit for today, and then I'm going to go down to the copy room to pick up copies and drop off some things that I need laminated. Our para laminates on Thursday, so I want to do it today. That way, if I forget tomorrow morning, I won't be too late for her to get these laminated. I have syllable typed posters because we're doing that a couple weeks after we get back from spring break. So I've got those syllable types, and then I have a syllable counting center that we're going to do, and it's just got jars and then jelly beans that go in the jar, and you have to decide how many syllables and put it in the correct jelly bean jar. So I'm going to take those down to be laminated, and yeah, then I'm going to be ready to start my day. So I'm just going to get things turned on, ready to go, review my plans, and then it's go time. Here is today's outfit. I went to Old Navy this weekend because they had their Old Navy Super Cash, and we had been saving some for such a long time. Uh-oh, what's that? Oh, it's just a string. Good. I thought it was a stain on my pants. So I'm looking very springy today. I'm wearing this new little baby doll, not quite peplum, but I guess just a baby doll floral top. The pattern is really, really cute. I also got a skirt in the same pattern, if you can see it. Can I get this to focus? There we go. So I got a skirt in the same pattern as well. And then I just paired it with some white Rockstar skinny jeans, also from Old Navy, just a little bit of dainty jewelry and some sandals. So I'm feeling really good about my outfit today. So I've got that going for me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we made it to the end of the day. Second formal observation is done, and I'm very relieved. It went pretty well. Also, this is my hair at the end of the day. It is so humid. I wore it second day wavy. It's full of hairspray and dry shampoo, so it's a mess. I need to put it up in a ponytail soon. But that is a completely unrelated note. The observation went well. My kids were pretty attentive. We worked on numbers that were 100 through 110, and I thought they did pretty well. They were really tracking along during our warm-up and during our activity. A little bit of squirreliness here and there, but that's to be expected. And then when I let them go do the activity at their desk, some of them were like acting like they'd never seen it before. I was like, seriously, y'all? Like, I don't want to just sit and do the workbook page one-on-one. I'd rather have like a math talk and just be engaging and do counting and then showing it with the cubes and practicing, and then we transferred it to the workbook page. But maybe I should have done like an extra example on the workbook page for them, because some of them were like completely lost, even though it was the exact same thing we were just doing on the board, except the workbook version of it. But it's whatever. They figured it out after a little bit. So yeah, that went well. Let me show you what we did during small group and during intervention time today, because I feel like that went well too. Small group, I printed out sentences that have the double O, because that's the sound we're working on, the and the oo sound. I teach that the sound, like the short sound, I say pretend like you're catching a soccer ball and like somebody kicks it and they hit you in the stomach and you go, that's the sound that the double O makes when it's short, is that sound. And then it also makes the oo sound, like ooh. So those are the sounds we've been doing. So I printed off sentences and I had them go through and underline anywhere they had the double O, and we had to practice reading the word. But I was also very impressed because I guess we did it the other side with most of my groups. They were noticing things in the sentence that weren't just the double O. Like when we got here, they were like, can I mark my magic E? I was like, yeah, mark the magic E. When we got down here, they noticed the ing. We always put a circle around it and say put a ring around the ing. And they were like, oh, ing, let's put a ring around the ing. And then they noticed the blends. So really what started out as just find the double O's ended in like a sentence markup activity, and they absolutely loved finding things that they knew. Like, let's see if I can find one more example that they were like the OI, the oi. They were like, that's what we learned last week. Can I mark it? Can I mark it? I was like, yeah, underline it. So they loved that. So it was a hit. We'll probably do it again tomorrow, and I'll let them be a little more independent with it. We also kind of have to do a spelling test tomorrow. So maybe I'll do the spelling test first and then let them do this at the end. Since Friday, we have our field trip, and I usually do spelling tests on Fridays during my small groups, but after the field trip, we do have to do a math test, and I'm not doing a math test and a spelling test on the same day as a field trip. That's just too much. So I think they're ready for the spelling test since it's just double O words. Now, here was what we did for intervention. Very similar activity, but the focus was more on magic E, which was good because that's what we're working on in intervention. So I printed out this little magic E story, and we marked up what we saw. So we marked all the magic E's, and then we marked extra things. My lower group for tier 2, the extra words were too much, so I probably need to find a simpler text. My middle and high group for my tier 2 kiddos for the grade level, I mean, they rocked this. They were like, A, oi, and underlining all of these things, which was amazing. We did page 1 and we did page 2, found the owl sounds and any blends. So tomorrow we'll continue on through the next couple of pages. That is all I have to share for today. I am very ready to go home. It was a long day, and I have been stressed and anxious all day. Once the day started, it was kind of like, okay, one thing then the next, like, let's just plug on through. And it was rainy, we had indoor recess, so it was like, oh my gosh, it was just like a super long day. But now that the observation is over, I feel so much better. Yeah, I'll let you know how the post conference goes when we do that. Hopefully we'll do that before spring break, so I'm not like left hanging on how I did. But that means we're either doing it tomorrow or Friday. So we'll see. Hopefully she'll email me and schedule that soon. But I'm gonna head home. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Thank you. Have a good one. Good morning, happy Thursday, and it is a happy Thursday indeed because I got an iced coffee from Dunkin' this morning. I got the salted caramel cream cold brew again, which I tried in a vlog a couple weeks ago, and today I have it in my JAVASOK. I just got this. It's new. It's supposed to keep your drink colder longer, and of course it keeps my hand from being freezing and my drink from sweating everywhere. This one is so cute. It's the pink terrazzo. I was like, there has never been a more me coffee sleeve I've ever seen in my life. So if you want to get yourself a JAVASOK, I will leave the link below. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I love it. So drink is really good again, as usual. Yeah, this is like my favorite for right now. And while they're on sale for $3, I'm going to keep getting them. And then when they go back off sale, I'll have to go back to my regular iced coffee, and I'm almost out of all my Christmas gift cards, so that's a bummer. But I made it last a while. It's like March 10th, and I'm still running on Christmas gift cards, so that's good. Today is going to be a pretty normal day, and by pretty normal, I mean totally normal. I don't have an observation. We don't have any wacky schedule things, so I'm looking forward to just doing normal things today. I'm not going to update you guys for too long, but we'll take our spelling test today in small group. I mentioned that yesterday. Then we'll do a regular reading lesson. I love the story that we have for today because we're learning about insects, but it's fiction stories, and in our big book, it's the high fly guy story, and so we will definitely read that one today as a class because they are obsessed with fly guys. So they're going to be so excited that there's a fly guy story in our big books. And then math will just be normal. We're trying to take our test tomorrow, so we're going to review tens and ones, try to get some review pages done. Oh, I got a cough. Excuse me, that coffee. Okay, but that's all I've got for you guys. So I will check in with you at the end of the day and let you know how the day went. So it's Friday now. I never checked in yesterday after school for a lot of different reasons. One of them being we had a faculty meeting that I didn't have written down on the calendar. I don't know why, I just didn't have it written down. So that was kind of a surprise. So I had to get a lot of stuff done in my classroom before I went to the faculty meeting, and then that lasted a very long time. So I didn't leave till pretty late. And then I just went home and I was busy. So I didn't check in. Yesterday went fine. It was a pretty normal day. Today is Friday. I've already come in. I took down snowmen. Oh, I just realized I left one snowflake up there. Okay, I'll have to get that in a second. I took down the snowmen and almost all the snowflakes, and then I rearranged their desks. My practicum student yesterday helped me make a new seating chart for after spring break, and I was just going to do it this afternoon, but now I have to leave like right after school this afternoon. And I'm talking like right when the kids leave, so I'm not going to have time to do it. So I went ahead and moved all the seats, and I was like, you know what? They can practice their new seats today, and it'll be fine. They'll be excited to see like where they're going to sit when they come back from spring break. But now I'm like sweating, so I moved all their seats, redid their name tags if their names were coming off. Yeah, that's it. I have a couple other things to do on my to-do list for Friday today because we're having a teacher workday when we come back from spring break, but I will not be here. I'm using some of my time that I've banked, and I'm taking that as an extra day of spring break. So I'm going to come back on Tuesday, and I have duty on Tuesdays morning. So I'm trying to make sure like my room will be ready to go when I come back from spring break, so I can just walk in on Tuesday and teach. And I'm almost there. Like I've already set up centers. I think the only things I have left to do are do my, I'm looking at my list, my sight words, move the arrows on my sound wall, and sort all of the copies into the respective drawers. And then I should be ready to go. So that's not that much to do, which is good. Plan for today, we have field trip this morning, and then when we come back from the field trip, it should be lunchtime, and then we'll have probably indoor recess, definitely because it's raining still. And then the only things that I want to accomplish this afternoon is I do want to give them their Chapter 6 math test, but I want to do a review first. So we may do like a math review in our workbook, do like the last page, which is what I should have done yesterday. I tried to do this other review page that was too hard. I should have just done the one in their math workbook. That's beside the point. So we're going to do that, take the math test, and then our goal is to clean out our desks. And if we get those things accomplished on this lovely Friday, then I will consider it a win. So I don't know when I'll check in with you. It'll probably be like at the very, very end of the day when I'm home or something, but wish me luck on this field trip. Here we go. And yeah, I'll check in later. I promise I'll check in later because I have to close the vlog out. Okay, everyone, I am home. It is Friday afternoon. It is officially spring break. I'm so excited. Today was not bad. The field trip was pretty good. The coloring page that we did at the beginning was great. Entertained them for a long time. The buses were late, so that was kind of annoying. But then we got there, we watched the play. Kids enjoyed it, and then when we got back, we were late for lunch because the buses were late in the beginning. You see how this is going. So it was just kind of like a snowball of being late. But it turned out okay. We got our lunch, we ate in the classroom. We did take our math test. I graded and entered most of the grades and got a lot of my grades posted before I left. So I'll only have to do report card comments and then like a makeup test with 2 friends when I get back after spring break. But that is it for this week's Week in My Life. I hope you have enjoyed seeing the week before spring break. Can't wait to just have a week to relax. And yeah, I'll check in with you guys later. Stay tuned for more videos. Make sure you give this one a thumbs up to like it and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.